Hey everybody! So today I'm going to be going live. I'm going to be showing you guys how I paint this pink realistic smoking lips. I'm going to be painting for quite a while before I have to go and pick up some more canvases. So welcome everybody who's just tuning in. How was your day? What I'm going to be doing is starting off with the lips part, and then I'm going to be moving forward down to the second bottom lip. And what I'm going to do is first start off with a layer. So right now I fixed some of the edges so it's still kind of wet, and decided to go live just so all of us can, bond. I couldn't see that, I'm sorry. I hope you guys are all having a great day. Today I'm just gonna be live streaming for not too long, just enough until I feel like I got enough, work done today. Welcome everybody, welcome. So I have this commission piece, and this is sort of a pinkish red tint, and I'm layering in the bottom part of it right here. And then I have a really dark purple, which I'll layer right underneath, and this creates a shadow effect. Can you guys see how I did that? Hey, I'm sorry guys, I haven't been active on YouTube. I know I have been slacking, but I have a video coming up, and I just really been busy painting a lot of commission pieces, which are mainly lips. But this is mainly all I've been doing. I know you guys have been requesting tutorials, and I will do some tutorials coming up. If you guys have requests on tutorials that I should do, let me know right now, and I'll start writing things down. Oh yeah, and I'm adding pink right now. So this is a light pink, and this just gives it a little touch to this darker contrasting pink. So it's just like a lighter tone in a way. I kind of had to work a little bit fast because I'm working with acrylics, and acrylics dry up pretty fast. But yeah, definitely. Let me know what you guys want to see next, because I do have some tutorials in mind, but I'm not too sure what you guys want to see first. So please let me know right now, like start commenting below. Um, Interact with me. Let me know what you guys want to see. So I'm just smoothing out everything that's here, and it's the top portion. Making everything nice and crisp. Sometimes it's kind of hard to get a good transition layer because you really don't know what you're aiming for. So right now, like, the main color is this pink, and I'm trying not to go too off of that pink, not too much to where it's you don't know which color I was really aiming for. You want to have a good consistency tone all across the entire canvas. I might as well just start off with my darks because it's easier to go lighter, but it's harder to go darker. All right, you can see that I got a good amount on this side. I'll add some light pink right here. I can see on camera it's not that consistent of a transition, so you just blend things out like that, like how I just did. You never go wrong. How about a video on color theory? Oh, color theory, yeah, it's actually it's pretty simple in concept, in theory, once you, if you really think about it. But I mean, yeah, I could make a video about color theory. Color theory is mainly just knowing the color wheel and the basic colors, you know, like the rainbow. My favorite from your eye painting. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like the drawing. I've been getting a lot of messages from you guys about the tutorial that I made, and I'm glad it really helped out a bunch of you guys. It's nice to see that you guys message me and you show me your progress, you show me your work. I think that's really cool that I get to see how much you guys progress as well as artists. I definitely want to keep helping you guys. To me it inspires me to continue pushing myself and to continue showing you guys new tricks. Because whenever I was growing up, I didn't have somebody to mentor me like how I can mentor you guys. Nobody showed me that um, there's actually something out there for artists, because you know most people say that you're just gonna become a starving artist, but that's not true. There's a lot of things you can do out there. You just gotta find your own passion for it. I love your smoking lips. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. This one's actually gonna be one of the smoking lips. So right here is the smoke, but I want to create a bottom layer for this first. And this painting takes a lot of paint, and I had to work kind of fast since it's acrylics. I want to make sure it doesn't dry up. Whew. All right, the light pink. More. Anyways, back to that same topic that I was talking about the making it as an artist. It's a tough field to get into, but a lot of people have become successful doing it. People who are even more successful than I am. I just say you just keep going. If you really have a passion for something, you just gotta keep on going, and just don't give up. If you give up, well, that's as far as you get, right? But you always gotta take it small steps. It's all a scale, you know. It's like steps, building stones. You gotta get to one location first, and then you can continue aiming for new heights. Sorry, I'm not talking too much. I'm trying to concentrate on this blending. It's a pretty big surface area, and I get tired pretty quickly whenever I work on projects this big. If you have any questions, let me know. Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't see that. Could you repeat that? The white glass is actually the easiest for me. It's more of a it's more of a lighting effect. You gotta know where to add your lights. I'm not saying I'm like the best at doing this. It's just I know where lighting is. Hey, in a bit I'm gonna do the skin too. Well, if I even get to that part. How come you're always doing lips? Well, the reason why I do lips a lot is because that's like my signature. How do I get the shine on the lips? I do white, so I gotta make sure that it's very dry, and then I just add white paint. As an artist, you always gotta find a signature, so something that can define you as you. Of course, I'm not always gonna do the lip series. It's just something that I'm doing at the current moment until I move on to something else. Because I do have a personal series in the works. Do I go to art school? No. If you believe that you need schooling, then go for it. But I personally don't believe that if you want to be an artist, you shouldn't go to school because you'll be wasting your money. That's my honest opinion. Do I still use colored pencils? I still use colored pencils, but it's very rare now. Once you transition into something like painting, well, at least for me, I do have some friends that still use colored pencils as like something to pass time. But I don't really use them. I don't really draw that much anymore. Just mainly paint. I do have an iPad which I work on, like new designs or just some little creative things that I have going on. And I just feel like it's way easier for me to grab my iPad than a sketchbook. Just personal preference, but everybody has their own preference. Some people just they can't get away from the feeling of the pull of a pencil. So all depends on you. All right, I think that's pretty good. What do you guys think? I may need to have a little bit more work here. I think I may need another layer though, so I'll probably do another one later on. Right now, I'm trying to focus on this, and I'll let that dry for a second. I'm gonna work up here since I see it's kind of spotty. Hey man, how's it going? Is it hard working with acrylics? I think that's what you said. It's not really difficult. It just dries very fast, and I think for me, I've gotten used to the drying time. I know that you need to add a lot of layering over on top, or it's gonna have this effect, which is kind of very. It looks bad. You just don't want to have let it dry too fast. I mean, you don't want to let it sit too long. You can keep asking me questions. I'll try to keep on answering. Thank you. Good painting is always good transitions of tones. So as you can see, some parts are already drying up, so it's kind of making it look very spotty in some areas. And this is happening in real time. You inspire me to start painting. Thank you. I'm glad I inspired you. I know you guys have been wanting me to do some lips tutorials, and I will. Where do I get my canvases? I buy a lot of my canvases at Hobby Lobby, which is where I started to get canvases. I would get like the little flimsy ones, but now I've upgraded to the very thick ones. So these right here are very sturdy, and they're able to withstand shipping. So if once you start doing a lot of painting, you'll most likely get a bunch of clients that wants to hang them up and have a really good presentation. And what better way to have a good presentation than to make it look like it's meant for a museum? What camera do I use? Right now I switched to a GoPro only because it's easier for me to do time lapses. I did have like a very simple camera, very small, just like a starter camera, and that's what I did all my time lapses with. So now I just have a GoPro. Do you see how hard it is to work with acrylics? You see how part of it's already like getting dry? But I'll always stick with acrylics, to be honest. I worked with oils for a bit, and it's very smooth. I just don't like the mess. I know there is ways that, but it's just personal preference. Let me get some more paint. I'm almost about done with the top lip. In a bit, once I finish painting these two lips, I'm gonna go to Hobby Lobby and get some more paint. Of course, of course. I'm glad all you guys are tuning in. I've done tattoos. If you're asking if that's a profession you should go in, I mean, yeah, some people could do it. I mean, you gotta try it out, right? I've done tattoos in the past. I was an apprentice. I did all my 2 years, and I was an artist. And I've gotten back into it a couple times, but it's just not for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's not for me. You gotta have your own clientele base. You gotta build yourself up. And for me, honestly, I feel like I already have my own clientele base and my own fan base too. Student grade paint. I think I think I've used some in the past, but I honestly don't recommend it. I think it's very transparent. Thank you. I think it's very transparent, and you should always stick to something that's high quality. So paint with what you can, but always aim for better. Let me check. Sorry guys, it's kind of difficult to check at the chat and also paint. That looks good. As you can see, I'm having to do a bunch of layers. Yes, I'm having to do a bunch of layers, and that's because it dries up. But this is typically what I do on a normal basis. I just do the same thing over and over again until I get the right consistency and the right blending. And since obviously this is a bigger canvas, I'm gonna have a harder time doing the transitions. Creativity block, always, always. Who doesn't go through his creativity blocks? I've had this whole idea of maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that, maybe people will like this. But honestly, I think you should create what you want to do, and from there, people will find a liking to whatever that you do. So yes, I do have a bunch of creative blocks, but you just get past that by, sketching or dreaming. Honestly, I get a lot of my inspiration from some dreams that I have. I don't know about you guys, but I have really vivid dreams. And then when I wake up, I'm thinking about it like the whole time. Like I had a dream that there was this very famous artist, and all he did was like very very simplistic stick figures, And I was like, wow, this guy is doing really good by just creating stick figures. And then I just woke up, and that was more like a vision, saying like just do what you want to do, and you'll eventually find a crowd for it. At least that's what I took from my dream. It's just inspirations everywhere. Look outside. Look at the world. The sky is blue, and the grass is green. So whenever you see that, they have like a correlation. People like to see colors. They like to see the beauty of landscapes. Yes, I do get my brushes from Hobby Lobby. I've gotten everything from Hobby Lobby, honestly. Now, should you spend a bunch of money on your brushes? Um, Not necessarily. Only get what you need, and I only have what I need. To this side, yeah. What is the worst thing? The worst thing ever a client has said about my work. Well, I get a lot of negative feedback, but some people say that it gets repetitive, or but those aren't clients, right? The worst thing, I guess, would be that they don't like it. It's very hard whenever you get that type of response, which is why I got out of doing portraits. I don't really get that anymore, honestly, because people love what I do, and that's going back to what I said about finding um, your own your own niche. You'll find something that you like doing, and something that your fans also love seeing. So honestly, I don't get that type of negativity anymore. Yes, practice makes perfect. Although, I mean, not perfect, but better. Practice makes better. I'm still not perfect, even though I know what I'm doing. Sometimes, honestly, I really don't. How much time? Well, for a painting like this, since it's very large, it might take me maybe about maybe 6 or 7 hours. But that's with all this practice that I've been getting. Since I do this so often, it still takes me a long time. If I was new to this, it would probably take me forever. I hope I'm not boring you by just doing the same thing over and over. Alright, you see this right here? This has been drying up, so this is still wet, and I just transitioned downwards. So now I'm gonna get the same paint, apply it there, and then just blend downwards. See how that works? Dang, this dries quick. Well, honestly, I don't think I upload enough for everybody. Uh, Bad art. I don't think there's such thing as bad art. I always see it as you know, improvement. You're on your way. Like I've done a lot of stuff that I consider bad, but a lot of people don't consider it bad. There's a lot of things that I've done in the past. I guess it's all perspective. I get a lot of messages from you guys showing me some of your progress, showing me some of your work, and honestly, it's not that bad. You just need more work in a certain area. How long have I been painting? Let's see, it's 2018. I've been painting for about 5 years now. Yep, 5 years. All right, I think I'm done with yep. All right, I'm gonna start the bottom layer now. Let me just put some paint on my palette. So I'm gonna try to work a little bit faster. Doing the same thing that you just saw there. This requires a lot of paint, a lot of movement. You get tired pretty easily. How long have you been? How long have I been painting this canvas? Not too long. I think that's what you said. I haven't upgraded. You should. You should definitely try it. Once you try it, you probably won't go back to drawing just because it's something new. At least for me, it was something new, something very unique, and has a great flow. I've been working on this one, this project, not too long, but long enough. Check this out, and then you just add a very light coat all on top. You gotta hurry because it dries up. I couldn't read that. I'm sorry. How long did it take me? For what? No way. Painting canvases are too expensive to throw away. They cost about like, I don't know, $40 to $30 for a canvas. And there is no way I was gonna throw a canvas away. I just paint over it. You know, it's not like a sheet of paper where you can just, get a new one. Painting is a lot cooler because you always have a new canvas to work on. You just gotta add paint on it. I mentioned it before. It takes me about maybe 7 hours. 7 hours to complete. Paints, acrylics. To be more specific, I'm using Liquitex. Liquitex is an awesome brand. Awesome brand. Really good paints. Sounds explosive. Expensive. Oh, you say expensive. My bad. Yeah, Liquitex is a little bit more pricey. I didn't start with Liquitex. I started with another brand. I forgot which brand it was. But if it's out of your budget, you shouldn't go all out. Honestly, what I did is for Liquitex, when I did the transition, I got the very cheap paints, which is like little small bottles of Liquitex for small projects. And that's what I use so I can get all the paint colors. Putting more paint on my palette. All right. I think each of these are like $5. So it can get pricey, but that's why you need to price your paintings a little bit higher to pay for your material cost. Honestly, I don't really have a brush suggestion at the moment because I'm still figuring out my own. I haven't found good ones yet. Doesn't mean that you necessarily have to buy expensive ones though. Thank you. I may do one in the future. At the moment, I'm just, trying to give you guys some insight on how I work. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't read that. I couldn't read that. The only reason why I sound more rushed is because this is a larger canvas, and with larger canvases as it is, they dry up a lot quicker, and it's such a big area to focus on. It gets a little bit more difficult to communicate everything that I'm doing. Thank you. And also, since my phone's dying, I want to make sure you guys at least get to see this part finished. My colors? No, look at this. My they're everywhere. Honestly, I just stack on top of each other. So my paints eventually just dry, and then I just keep stacking. Cause check this out. Look at this thing right here. This thing is layered with paint. And that's heavy. It's like 20 pounds. It just got to the point where eventually I had to get a new one. You just get so tired of holding it up. Oh. Whew. Sorry if I don't answer your questions. All right. And it's a very fun but messy project. After each painting session, I always get like paint on my clothes, and right now I'm very fortunate to not have any paint at the moment. But yeah, I mean, as an artist, you're just bound to get paint all over your clothes. No matter how hard you try, you're just gonna get paint. All right, it's looking good. I'm just about finished. But I have to do a little bit more transitioning up top. So when I blend, I add like little squiggles everywhere, like that. Just like an up and down motion as you slide across, because I'm also gonna do it this way. So it gives it a little bit better transition, but I need more paint. So squiggle. Again, you have to work really quick. So I'll emphasize this again. If you are an artist now, the best thing you can do is to always experiment. Definitely try new mediums because you'll never know what you like. Maybe you could like graphic design, or maybe you could like painting, or maybe you like sketching, drawing portraits. For me, honestly, yeah, I got tired of drawing portraits. I didn't understand people like Picasso and the reasoning for why they moved out of painting portraits, because he was a really good artist, but he started doing these weird animation, these weird characters. But I finally understand them. It's just very, thank you. It's very restricted. You're very boxed in. And as an artist, you want to have the freedom to do whatever you want to create, because that's what we are. We're artists. We're born to do things differently, do things out of the box. And that's exactly what he did. That's why he was all over the place. Everybody's an artist in some form. We all have our creative side. And honestly, everybody was an artist at one point. We just grew up. Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you stuck around, watched my videos, and kept up with me. Whew. I think that's good enough, honestly. Let me check. I'm gonna go behind you guys. Yeah, that looks great. Could use a little bit more over here. Thank you. You can be an artist. Anybody can be an artist. If you already have the ambition to be one, you're a little bit ahead than everybody else. You're already on the right track. I'm using acrylics. To be exact, I'm using Liquitex, and this is the basics. A really good brand. A little pricey, but definitely worth the money. Whew. I'm getting tired already. It's a lot of effort just to keep doing this. Yeah, that looks really good. Blending in itself is an art form. I really want to keep doing these live streams. Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't see that. I really want to keep doing these live streams because it's very motivating to be with you guys as I paint. It's like as if I'm helping you guys while I'm also painting. You guys are encouraging me, helping me out as I paint, so that's pretty cool. So you see this right here, how this is still blended out, like this is very light right here. And then this area is also a little bit illuminated. So that's something else I'm gonna keep there. And I'm gonna show you another trick. Since I'm done with this lip area. Hold on 1 second. I need to finish this off. But I'm about to show you something cool. Alright, so check this out. When your paint's still wet like this, you can create effects like that, which kind of mimic the ridges of the lip. Check that out. Alright, so I just created that, and then what you do is you blend it out. Kind of like you're fanning it. Fanning it out of existence. Looks great. So right now you probably can't see it that well. It looks kind of reflective because of my lighting. But this is gonna show up later on whenever I'm finishing up the whole painting. I also like adding that little layer of light down here in the bottom. See how I did that? Wait, yeah. All right. Well, I think that's it for today. I'm gonna go ahead and head out to Hobby Lobby. I'm gonna pick up some more canvases and some more paint. But I'm glad you guys all tuned in and stuck around. I'm most likely gonna keep doing these type of live videos. I'll catch you guys later, but I will leave you guys off with this. Let me give you guys a better view because I know it's kind of angled. So let me show you how it looks. Hold on. I hope I'm angling it correctly. Yeah, so right now, as you can see, I did the whole transitioning for the pink. Thank you. And then what I'm gonna do next is the skin, which I'll do in another live video. And from there, we're gonna continue on to the teeth. The teeth is what makes it look realistic too, because it adds depth. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad you guys tuned in. And then the really interesting and cool part, which is the smoke. The smoke comes from here. Well, actually, you know what? There's not gonna be teeth because it covers the whole area completely. So it kind of like engulfs this whole area with a light mist of smoke. And that's what I'll show you guys later on another stream. All right, well, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next time.